All right, let's dive into something that I think is pretty important to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Food safety.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to be talking about some seriously cutting-edge tech today.
Uh-huh.
The kind of stuff that could totally, like, revolutionize how we eat.
Yeah.
And to kick things off, I just want you to imagine
Okay.
knowing that your food was safe
Okay.
before you even took a bite.
Like a little sensor or something?
Exactly. Biosensors. That's what we're going to be unpacking today.
Cool.
And for this deep dive, our guide is an article, and it's from way back in 2002
Okay.
by William L. Weaver.
Okay.
And it was an editorial in scientific computing and instrumentation.
Wow. Going back a bit.
Yeah, I know. 2002 kind of sounds like ancient history, right?
Yeah.
But trust me, this piece, it really lays the groundwork for where we are today.
Okay.
And plus, it's got this like spy tech meets dinner plate vibe,
Okay.
which I think you'll appreciate.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Okay, so before we get to like the James Bond gadgets and all that,
Right.
let's set the scene a little bit. Okay, think back to like the old days of food safety.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't pretty, right?
Okay.
Nobody wants to go back to the like royal taste testers.
Right. Yeah. Not the most reliable method.
And even later on,
Yeah.
like the go-to method was growing cultures
Okay.
from food samples.
Yeah.
But the problem is that takes days, right?
Yeah, it takes a while.
And by then, the food's already been shipped out,
That's a big problem.
already been eaten, maybe.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's all about reacting after the fact.
Okay.
Just kind of hoping to catch the next batch
Before it gets out.
before it makes more people sick, right?
Right.
Not exactly reassuring.
No, not really.
No. So how did scientists even start to tackle this? Like, how do you go from, like, taste testers
Right.
to high-tech sensors?
Exactly. It's a big jump.
It's a huge leap. Well,
Well, they kind of look to nature for inspiration. Our immune system.
okay.
Like, you think about how our bodies actually fight off invaders, right?
Yeah.
Bacteria, viruses, all that. We
Right.
produce these things called antibodies.
Okay, antibodies.
Yeah, so they're like our body's personalized defense squad.
Okay, so each one targets, like, a specific bad guy, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, each antibody is designed for a particular invader called an antigen.
Okay.
It's kind of like a lock and key.
Gotcha.
Scientists realize they could use this.
The specificity.
Yeah, that's where biosensors come in.
Okay.
These devices actually use antibodies to detect those bad bugs in our food.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
Way faster than growing cultures.
So it's like having a microscopic security system in the food.
Kind of.
But how do we know, like, if these biosensors actually find something?
Well, some of them have alarms and stuff.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, but the ones in this article are optical biosensors.
Oh, I
They
get it.
actually change color or glow differently when they detect their target.
So, like, it's like a color-coded warning system, almost.
Yeah, like a visual signal that something is wrong.
That's awesome. It reminds me of that scene in, like, Mission Impossible,
Uh-huh.
where, like, the briefcase glows red if it's been tampered with.
Right, right.
But in this case, it's food, not bombs.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild. Weaver, he highlights a great example in his article.
Yeah.
It's called the Raptor,
Oh,
a portable biosensor developed by the U.S. Navy
Navy.
back in 2002.
Wow.
This thing could detect multiple pathogens in water and fruit
Okay.
in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's amazing.
10 minutes. Yeah, that's incredible compared to waiting days for cultures to grow, right?
That's a game changer.
Huge game changer. But hold on, this was over 2 decades ago.
Right.
Did this Raptor thing actually, like, catch on? Where did things go from there?
Well, it was definitely ahead of its time.
Okay.
It kind of proved that rapid on-site detection was possible,
Okay.
and that kind of sparked a whole wave of innovation in the field.
So it was like a proof of concept, and it opened the door for
Yeah, for even more.
more amazing developments.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So what happened?
Well, since then, there have been incredible advancements.
Okay.
Biosensors are smaller now,
Okay.
more sensitive,
Mhm.
and they're even faster at detecting those little, those little troublemakers.
Okay.
Part of it is thanks to things like MEMS technology.
MEMS technology.
Yeah, that stands for micro-electromechanical systems.
Okay, MEMS. So that sounds pretty high-tech.
Yeah.
Break that down for me. What's so special about it?
Okay, so think of it like this. MEMS allows us to build tiny machines
Okay.
on a microscopic scale.
Microscopic scale.
Yeah, it's like shrinking down a whole lab onto a tiny chip.
Wow.
So we can create these biosensors that are incredibly compact, portable, but still super powerful.
So we're talking about like miniaturization on a whole new level.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
those old clunky cell phones evolving into the smartphones we have today.
That's a really good analogy.
Right.
Yeah.
And with this miniaturization, does that mean that the sensitivity increases too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Today's biosensors can detect even the tiniest traces of pathogens,
Okay.
making our food even safer.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's reassuring.
Yeah.
Weaver actually mentions a statistic from the CDC in the article.
Okay.
They reported that the incidence of food poisoning had decreased significantly by 2002.
Oh, wow.
So I'm guessing these advancements in, biosensors, they played a role in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While biosensors weren't solely responsible, they were a crucial part of this larger effort
Right.
to improve food safety practices.
Gotcha.
And those efforts, they're still ongoing. We're seeing biosensors being used all over the food industry.
Oh, cool.
Like from testing raw ingredients to monitoring processing environments,
Wow.
even ensuring the quality of water used in production.
So it's like having an invisible army of food safety inspectors
Yeah,
working 24/7 to protect us.
exactly.
That's pretty amazing. But what about the future?
Okay.
Weaver, he actually predicted that one day we might see biosensors in food containers,
Oh, wow.
like milk cartons or meat packages, things like that.
That's interesting.
Has that vision become reality?
Well, not quite in the way he described.
Okay.
We're not at the point of having biosensors embedded in packaging,
Uh-huh.
on a widespread scale,
Right.
but we're seeing similar concepts emerging.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, so one example is smart labels
Smart labels.
that change color based on the freshness of the food inside.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
While it's not technically a biosensor,
Right.
it relies on the same principle.
Detecting the changes in the food.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So you might see a label that goes from green to red
Okay.
as the food gets closer to its expiration date.
So it's like a built-in freshness indicator, right?
Exactly.
No more guessing if that milk's gone bad
Right.
or if those leftovers are still good.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. Anything else?
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, okay.
Researchers are exploring all sorts of crazy possibilities
Like what?
for the future of biosensors in food safety.
Okay.
Imagine your smart fridge. It scans your groceries for safety
Uh-huh.
before you even put them away.
Okay, that'd be handy.
Or tiny, edible biosensors
Edible.
in the food itself,
Them.
alerting you instantly if something's off.
Edible biosensors. That sounds straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, right.
It's like having a microscopic food critic inside your body
Yeah.
telling you, like in real time, if something's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty wild.
It might sound futuristic, but researchers are already working on this stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. And what kinds of benefits could that bring?
Imagine a world where food allergies are a thing of the past.
Okay.
Because you have a tiny sensor
Uh-huh.
in your food that tells you
If there's an allergen,
exactly before you even take a bite.
that would be life-changing for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So let's bring it back down to earth for a second.
Okay.
Why should our listeners care about all of this?
Well, it's about more than just avoiding like an upset stomach.
Hmm?
Biosensors have the potential to change our entire food system.
Really?
Yeah, less food waste from recalls,
Okay.
more efficient food production,
Okay.
maybe even personalized dietary alerts
Wow, that's a lot.
based on your needs and your sensitivities.
So it's about creating a safer, more efficient,
Yeah,
and more personalized food experience for everyone.
exactly.
It's about empowering us to make informed choices about what we eat.
Precisely.
That's amazing. And all this came from that 2002 article.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about how far we've come,
Uh-huh.
from those like really old school methods of food safety.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember, like royal taste testers and stuff.
Yeah, the good old days.
Right. And now we're talking about like microscopic sensors and edible tech and all this.
It's what?
It really is. Like, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is that it's all like grounded in real science, right? We started with that 2002 article by William L. Weaver.
Right.
He was like way ahead of the curve,
Yeah, he really was.
like envisioning this future where biosensors would be so important for food safety.
He was spot on.
Yeah, he really was. And it's like really amazing to see how his vision is actually unfolding,
It is. It's exciting.
Yeah. So we've explored a lot today, right? Like
Yeah.
how these biosensors work, their real-world applications, and even like those mind-blowing possibilities for the future.
Definitely a lot to think about.
Yeah, there really is. But I think maybe the biggest takeaway from all of this
Okay.
is that this tech, it has the potential to totally change our relationship with food, right?
Yeah.
Like in a really good way.
Yeah, for the better.
So like instead of always worrying about what could be in our food, we can embrace these new tools and these technologies that allow us to like make informed choices, right? It's about taking control of our health and well-being.
Absolutely.
One bite at a time.
Well said.
Yeah. So I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah, I agree.
To all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Yeah, thanks everyone.
into the world of biosensors and food safety.
It's been fun.
Remember, stay curious, stay informed,
Stay safe.
and most importantly, bon appetit.